Hello and welcome back to the Metropole Grid. My name's Andre, and thanks so much for tuning in. This is a Sunday evening, and we're in the casual lobby of Jinteki.net, just trying out some decks that, well, this one particularly I don't have that much experience with. I'm gonna keep this hand. We're playing against Ken, and I think having Ice for HQ is pretty good. So this is Cerebral Imaging, which is an ID that says your maximum hand size is equal to the number of credits in your card pool. Thanks, you too. So the idea with this ID is that you can keep a lot of cards in hand, which is really good if you want to build absurd combo decks. And this is a hasty version of Cerebral Imaging, so I'm not trying to score all the points in one turn. I'm trying to score a whole bunch of points in separate turns using Hasty Relocation Accelerated Diagnostics. It'll be more obvious when the game goes on. Playing against Ken, so Ken is definitely running 3 of Account Siphon and also probably indexing, which is a problem. So I might just want to ice both centrals. So this is going to definitely go on HQ and should help a bit if Ken is playing Faust or Eater, which is not unlikely. And whether this goes on R&D or HQ is interesting. I'm just going to put it on R&D to be safe against indexing and Maker's Eye, which is something I expect. Why didn't I use a lateral growth? Well, it's actually because that is a card that you need in your combos, and it'll be more obvious what that is. So Ken's just putting this on archives and running and making money, and I think that's not something you exactly want to do in this matchup. This matchup is incredibly unconventional, so a lot of players don't entirely know how to play against it, and you basically want to get as many accesses and keep the core poor as possible. It's actually unlikely that they'll need 13 credits for the entire game. So I'm going to draw up. This is a good agenda. Violet level clearance is a card that helps us sort of combo archetype a lot, so it's a terminal, so I'm going to play a last click and to draw a bunch of cards, and we are looking pretty good. Let's see how it goes. Breach is on the table, and they're going to run here into Turing. I'm going to res this just to end the run. Even if they accessed, right, they have basically a 50% chance of getting an agenda, which is something I'm going to stop. And we'll see how it goes. There's many different ice suites you can use for this sort of deck, and the one we are using is Mother Goddess, I think. I think we're doing Mother Goddess. So whether or not this Turing was a good res is an interesting idea. We're going to drop with blue level clearance, and we can also keep going with violet level clearance. If we get siphoned, we can recover with hedge fund. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this will be fine. And we can actually probably combo out next turn. I think we can. We can score an efficiency committee next turn. Oh no, we need a shipment, don't we? I think we can score Vitruvius next turn, which is something we'd actually consider doing. So how the combo works is you have this card called Hasty Relocation. Oh, well, they're going to get a bunch of accesses. And a siphon. Oh, this is to be expected, right? So they're going to use a counter on this. The Rex has limited uses. They're going to take us down to 10 credits. They could just siphon again if they have another one, and that actually will be annoying. But it looks like they're just going to clear the tags, which is not something I think you have to do in this matchup. So we have more than 10 cards, which means if we don't play money, we can either get cards out of our hand and score them, or we can play money. And I'm pretty sure this deck will run legwork, so it might be a good idea to score. To score, we play Hasty, which draws us cards. Oh no, it doesn't. I guess it shuffles it around. And if we play Hasty, we can then fire Accelerated Diagnostics, so we can play the 3 cards. Sorry, I can just say thinking. We can play the 3 cards that we put on top of our deck. So ideally, we lateral growth to install agenda. We play shipment, subliminal messaging to get another click. And then whatever we do for the last one is kind of up to us. And at that point, we'll have 1 click left, so we can actually score this. So I think we're just going to get money. I think just clicking for credits is probably okay. 1, 2. Now we can keep some cards in our hand. So against this matchup, if you're playing a criminal, that's actually a pretty good matchup. Oh, they're actually making us draw with Fisk, which might just be a mistake, considering all we do is want cards. We can put Excalibur in front of HQ. The fact that we haven't seen a shipment from Sansan is a bit unfortunate, and as soon as we see one, we're basically good to go. So I think we put Excalibur on HQ, just so they can't like run this multiple times. And probably click for credits and throw out some of our chaff. Oh, another siphon. That's good though, now they're doing that last click, and they realize that they don't have to. Respect. If we get a Mother Goddess here, I don't think they have a way to deal with it. So in theory, we could play Archive Memories just to play a Violet level clearance, which actually might help us a bunch. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 cards in hand. So I think this might be okay. If we get this on HQ, it helps. Let's try that. Like, this card's no good. We're probably gonna throw that out. So if we get this on HQ, then we can archive for a violet level. Then we can play it. And that still doesn't allow us. So we have to throw out a whole bunch of cards, right? So let's see. This is useless. We could have been more aggressive and also used our lateral growths, but I think we need those to combo. This is useless. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is useless. Sorry that things are getting so small. We can actually probably zoom in a bunch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Still 3 cards to throw out. We could throw out a subliminal. We could throw out a biotic, probably. Like, is that enough? No. Throw out another subliminal? Question mark? That'll do it. Holding on. Paperclip is out, so now they can break this for 1 credit. Luckily, they can only do it once per turn with Excalibur. If they run last click, we don't res Excalibur. I think that should be obvious why, because it's not actually going to do anything. And they've gone through 2 siphons. Do we res this? It cost them credits now. I'll keep it there. I think it's like costing them 2 credits doesn't really matter. Alright, we drew a shipment from Sansan, so we can actually combo out now. And we can combo out in some really efficient ways. Oh, but we threw out... Damn it, we threw out... We did throw out our subliminals, and they're probably going to run every turn. So we probably should have used the lateral growth that turn. But let's see what we can do. If we hit Hasty, we put 3 cards on top of our deck, and we mill 1, which is not that bad. Yeah, I think we're going to do this anyways. Yeah, because we can score Vitruvius. Okay, so let's do this. So we trash a card, we trashed a Hasty, that's fine, and then we get to choose 3 cards to put on top of R&D. And we drew all 3 of our shipments, which is disgusting. So we can actually... Okay, this is what we're going to do. So what we're going to do is we're going to put... Next card to put on... So we're going to put a lateral growth on top. Right? Okay, wait. Because we also want to play Reclamation Order to get our 2 shipments back. No, we can do this. So we put if we put just shipment, and reclamation order. That's good. So what we can do is we can install this into new remote, which arguably we could have done that with lateral growth. And now we play accelerated diagnostics. So that plays the top 3 cards of our deck. So first what we do is we put 2 counters on here. Second, we play this one to put 2 counters on here. And lastly, we play this to get our 2 shipments from Sansan back into our hand. And now we can score this. And if I did better math to my hand, we could have played the lateral growth there, which I think I should have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, so that's a shame. Oops. We no longer need this, which is good. And I don't think we're going to need a biotic in this matchup, just because when this is scored, you can do some absurd things. We should have done that better and had 13 credits more in hand. They're playing a fairy, which is good, so they have to respect this. This is a bit unfortunate. I still think... there's no point in resing that, right? 3 siphons, but this deck is like... This deck is not like other decks of this type that actually, if you get rid of all their money, they're in a really bad spot, because we can combo out for no credits. Like, in theory, we could just install another efficiency committee and then use 2 shipments to score the next one. I think we're actually probably still going to do that. So if we play this, we're at 10. We can lateral growth out the next efficiency. Yeah, let's do that. So this goes out on the table. And now we have 1 click left. Now we have 2 clicks left. 3 clicks left. 4 clicks left. So we can play this for 2. Play this for 2. And score this. I'm not that good at this deck yet, so there might be more efficient ways around it. Right now, like, I in theory wanted to play Violet level last turn. Now all we have to do is basically get those shipments back into your hand and then combo off to score a global food initiative. They're gonna fire this, and they're probably gonna get some agendas here. And if they trash our black level clearance or violet level clearance, sorry, that's gonna be annoying. So 3 cards, lateral growth, got lucky there. Global food, that's fine. And then shipment from San. So that actually went relatively well. We have another efficiency committee. In theory, we can install, advance. No, we can score Vitruvius this turn, no problem. And drop. That's good. With accelerated, that's really good. Because we can actually probably score the food on next turn. Let's draw once more time. That's really good too. We'll just violet level. So I'm pretty confident we can score next turn. You see, this is why I don't think they needed to do the Temujin first turn, and they probably should have been aggressive, because look how much money they have, and it's not going to matter at all. Whether or not we can combo out this last click, or this last turn, we'll find out pretty soon. They're also running last click, so whether or not, I think they might know we have an Excalibur. I'm not entirely sure what they've seen or what they haven't seen. So Dirty Laundry's coming out. I'd assume you'd run one of these. Yeah, running R&D. I don't have a problem with that. All right, let's see if we can combo this out. If we can close the game right here. I'm pretty sure we can. So what we'd have to do is we'd have to lateral the food onto the table, and it needs 5 advancements. Then we do Hasty and Reclamation Order. Oh no. Hasty Reclamation Order, if we do those first, lateral this onto the table. Oh man, this hurts my head. And then you get 2 advancements on it with shipment from San. Thinking. Oh, damn it. Okay, I'm not really good at this. Okay. So first, we hit Hasty to set up our combo. Then we hit Accelerated to fire it. And our combo will be install the agenda, the food with lateral growth, put 2 advancement counters on it, and reclaim for the last 2 things. Last 2 shipment from San. So we have 1 click left, and then 4 advancements in hand, which means we can definitely close the game. He says very confidently. Let's see how this works. So Hasty, and what do we say we're going to put on top? We're going to put on top our lateral growth, a shipment from San, and Reclamation Order. That seems good. We're going to fire it by accelerating diagnosticsing. So first we lateral growth the food into a new remote. We gain some money, shouldn't be that important. Next, we're going to play this to put 2 counters on that. Next, we're going to play this to pull back all our shipment from San. So we're going to pull back 3 copies. Let's see if we have this. Then we do this. And we have it. We have it. All right. And that's how you do it. Good game. Thanks for the game. I think so. I think the runner there, like if they don't have any direct counter cards, things like employee strike helps a lot. But as much as keeping us down on money, if you can tell it's a hasty deck, I think specifically you want to get as many accesses as possible. Just because stealing the right agendas, if they could snipe these efficiency committees, the game is a lot harder for us. It's a lot more difficult. It's not one of these decks, like against CI7, the 7-point condo variant, if they have enough cards in the hand and you run, you can lose the game if you can't win that turn. Like they basically score 7 points from hand, and I think they only need around 11 credits, and it depends what cards are on the table. Now, why I'm playing this specifically is that I played a whole bunch of games on Jinteki.net today, in which Cipher was annoying, and I thought I wanted to see what this does, just because this deck isn't that vulnerable to Cipher, let alone other like common anarch counters to CI7. Things like Employee Strike, the hasty version can deal with a lot better because it can score for cheaply out of hand, let alone cards like Salset Slums, which if you're playing CI7 and you remove from game at Jackson Howard, that CI7 player is in a heck of a lot of hot water. So this actually helps a lot with that too. I think also this version is better at dealing with Clot just because we have 2 Cyberdex Virus Suite, and by putting things in our combo like Archive Memories, it's actually not that hard to recur this. I think the biggest point is that I can play this deck and I can't play CI7. I'm like really bad at playing CI7. It's just a lot more taxing, and I'm just not good at knowing like how to deal with Leela and how to deal with all that other stuff, which this one doesn't have to deal with. Most importantly, thanks so much for watching. I think I might play 1 or 2 of these. I don't know if y'all care about these sort of combo decks. I think they're interesting. And I like to know how they work just so you know how to play against them. I think that's actually probably the most important thing. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks for watching me stumble through this. And stay tuned. Obviously more videos every night. Also Thursday live stream. Ciao.